Anyway, sleeping. And if you hear anybody sounding like a small generator in the background, that's him. We are going to a friend's house for a movie night because she has like a theater in her house, and we're gonna go watch movies there. So I'm just getting ready to go. I've pretty much he makes me laugh. He's the sweetest boy. I've done my hair. I don't need to do much with my eyes. I just need to brush it and maybe wear eyeliner. I'm not gonna do anything with my brows. She has a mind of her own. I realized that there are two extremes to people born in middle-class homes. So if you're born in a middle-class home in Africa, you can basically afford your basic amenities. You can afford food, you can go to an average school, you have a shelter over your head, stuff like that. You can afford like the basic amenities of life, you know. If you were born into this kind of families, there are two extremes. Probably there are people in the middle, but I've not met them yet. On one extreme, because you lived in that kind of setting, you get to a point where you have a fear of lack. So you're pretty much always living below your means. Like you would never overspend, you would never buy expensive things, you always have savings, you always have like an emergency fund just because. And then there's the other end where like I didn't have all these things growing up, so now I want to buy and just accumulate all these things. And my husband and I are literally on both ends. On my end, I'm more on the first category. I would spend money on my credit card, but I would never ever spend more than 30% of my credit card, and I'm literally paying it off almost immediately. I know that's not good, especially for my credit score. I need to let them see that I'm actually spending before I pay it back. But my brain is just like, no, you're owing somebody, you need to pay it back immediately. So credit card, there's usually like a direct debit I set up, and I put my direct debit, but even before the date for the direct debit comes, I've already paid it back. Whereas my husband is like, I don't even know if he realizes that the money is getting out of his account, because he just spends and then waits for his direct debit to debit him. So after we pay our bills, our necessities like our rent and everything, car insurance, car tax and stuff, we have like a stipulated amount every month that we give each other as payment. Like you can use this to do anything you want, like miscellaneous, buy anything you want and everything. And most of the time after we take those payments, I end up putting it back in my savings. Like I can't remember the last time I actually took out the money and actually spent it. I mean, aside the DJI I bought last time, which was like by force, I would usually just collect the money for the month and put it back in my savings. Whereas Ozzy would look for things, but even when he doesn't need to buy something, he would look for something to buy. He would go online and be like, what can I buy today? And you buy it. And I feel like we actually need both people. You need both sides in your family. Like you need to have the person that would spend and live on the edge, and you also need that person that would keep you in check and be like, no, we need to save. I was having the conversation with him. I was like, imagine you marry somebody like you. Both of you will always be broke because you'll be spending, buying, and never remembering to save. You guys will never have emergency fund, and that can be a big problem as an adult. I mean, you have responsibilities, you don't have anybody coming to save you, so you need to act right. Whereas if I marry somebody like myself, would never get the finer things in life. Like we'll always be living like we are in lack. We'll always be living like we are scared that there's always going to be an emergency and we will not have money, and we'll never really enjoy our money. I think we're just like perfect for each other, because I really don't see how we would marry people like ourselves and be happy. So sometimes that statement that says opposite attracts makes sense. You don't always have to be exactly like your partner. You guys can be direct opposites and it will still work out. Hi, you're making so much noise. What's the problem? Does your friend have a home theater? I didn't think so. This was such a cool experience. I absolutely loved my time here. We watched Hacksaw Ridge, and as much as I enjoyed it, I am never watching that movie again.
But you didn't kill him. In my heart, I did.